Not too often you're in a Civic right behind a NSX on a back road. So when Honda announced that they were gonna build a from factory Honda Civic Type R with a turbo on it, I was really excited. I was really curious on what the Type R was gonna be like. Was it gonna be under-engineered? Was it gonna be over-engineered? Is it gonna be too expensive? What's it gonna mean in the hot hatch market? Is it gonna be a competitor or not? And after driving it for a little while, I can definitely say it's a worthy contender in the performance car market. I really do feel like the Type R was needed for Honda. Why do I say that? I feel like with the performance car industry, they hadn't made something just really, really cool in a while. And I'm not gonna count the NSX. I'm talking about in that price bracket. You know, we had the original NSX, and then we had the S2000, which is one of my favorite cars ever made. But ever since the S2000 disappeared off the face of the earth, there really wasn't another car like that. It was just commuter car after commuter car and commuter car. And as great as that is for business, for the enthusiast, there was a kind of a gaping hole. I think a lot of other brands had that problem too, like Toyota. After they killed the Supra off and the Celica off, it was like, now what? I applaud Honda for taking a chance and trying something different by putting a factory turbo on this car. First off, it has a 306 horsepower 4-cylinder turbo along with 295 foot-pounds of torque, which has very quick delivery due to a lot of the lightweight parts inside the motor. So you have a lot of free-flowing things like a lightweight flywheel. Also, we have rev matching at any time. So put in the clutch, rev match. At any time, any place, whatever speed you're going, you can go into almost any gear and rev match and it'll do it for you. As fun as heel towing is and doing that stuff, it is so nice, especially here in Los Angeles where I am today. Driving through traffic, coming to stoplights, having to slow down. The rev matching makes life so much easier. Also on beautiful, beautiful coastal highways, that's where the car really shines. So probably the most controversial thing about this car is, yes, it's still front wheel drive. Now, does it seem like a front wheel drive car? For the most part, it feels more all wheel drive. However, it's when you hit a bump, that's when you go, yep, still front wheel drive, because you get a little bit of the snappiness in the steering and a little bit of that torque kind of steer when you're on the gas hitting a bump. Other than that though, it feels like I have the handling capabilities of an Evo 10, which is a compliment. All right, so here's one complaint though I have about it so far is, listen to this, okay? I'm gonna roll into it, let's go. There's not a lot of sound. You just go, which is beneficial if you were to daily drive this car all the time. But even have the windows down, you still can't hear anything. It's so quiet no matter what gear you're in. You do get a hint of turbo sound and also a hint of the growl from the 4-cylinder. They have this very advanced exhaust system in the back and it has the 3 pipes out the back. However, you still don't hear anything, and that's one complaint I have it so far. The interior of the Type R is very, very good. The seats look like they're racing seats. They hold you like racing seats, but they're comfortable. They do a great job of holding you in place. It's funny, it almost looks like there's harnesses there because of the 2 black stripes near where the harnesses would be. You also have a very, very good steering wheel. The interfaces and everything feel very user-friendly and easy to use. This one also comes with navigation, which is always a plus. So me getting lost in somewhere I don't know, that's perfect. Okay, let's go. There you go. But in a straight line, does the Type R shine? Yeah, it's pretty good. But it's everywhere else that it really shines. There's also brushed aluminum with a red accent and carbon and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. Oh yeah, push, 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 pushes right around. It's super easy. I look where I'm going, I turn my head. Stop. Oh, bump, there's the bump. That was the one thing. You're sending all that power to the front wheel, so occasionally it'll get a little unhappy on moments like that. But other than that, awesome. The exterior of the car though, I did not realize how much engineering was involved. So it looks crazy. The Type R looks absolutely nuts. It is pretty big looking for a Civic, and I questioned that. I was like, it just seems too big. You know, you put an EG hatch next to this and you'd be like, what? That's the same car? Everything on this car visually is functional. There's gills in the front. There's a secret brake duct near the front lip. There's also an engine air duct that's kind of hidden right above the emblem, which is really cool. There's also a fender line that goes all the way across the side skirt and goes up, and that creates a little bit of downforce. The brakes on this car are incredible, incredible Brembo. They stop on a dime, but they do make sounds sometimes, but that's completely normal. There's also like what I call the Sonic the Hedgehog arrow on top of the roof that channels the air to go to the wing. And with the wing, that provides more downforce. There's also a diffuser on the back, which looks awesome, especially with that exhaust system. I feel that white and black look really strong on the Type R. I think they're fantastic. You also have a gauge cluster that's all digital. You have a bunch of different modes in here. You have your shift light. You also have a shift bar if you want it to go green and red to tell you when to shift. It also tells you the temperature, the mileage, your gas gauge, your coolant, everything is there. Everything, what mode you're in. It's very convenient and very nice. Is the car smooth around town? Absolutely, the transmission is smooth. It doesn't make noise. The engine is very smooth. But if you just want sheer performance, it's a great bargain, 100%. And the front wheel drive really shouldn't like deter you as much as you think it would. The inside of the Civic Type R is pretty roomy. You could fit adults back there. Probably wouldn't be the best thing in the world, but you could do it. It's overall pretty roomy. You just have to think of, this is the top of the line Civic you can buy. It's just absolutely on steroids. And it's fast, there's no doubt about it. The clutch is so light in this car that it almost feels broken. Like you push the clutch down, it just hits the floor. There's no weight to it really, which is more of a user's preference for sure. The transmission in this car is a 6-speed with the reverse all the way to the right and back, so super easy to use, super easy to manage. And the shifter itself feels very good, very nice. It's just notchy enough to know you're in gear, but the throw is nice and short. It feels a lot like the S2000 shifter, and that is probably the best compliment I could ever give to a shifter. Probably one of the most fun things about the Type R is when you're driving around town, you make a lot of people's day because of how wacky it looks. A bunch of little kids earlier today saw me driving around. They're like, I like your Civic, and they knew it was a Civic. And I was like, thanks, man. Just a little kid, and he loved it. One thing I've noticed is the visibility in this car is very, very good. And with that gives you driver confidence if you know exactly where you are at any time. When you're in the R mode, it is a little bumpy, but you are at its peak performance. You can also turn the traction control off, but I'm just gonna drive it for a little bit, see how it feels. The power band of the car is very, very good. First gear feels kind of quick, second gear feels okay, but third gear, when you reel it out, that's when it feels the fastest. That's when you realize this is a factory Honda with a turbo on it, because we were gonna do it ourselves anyway, so might as well take that step out of the equation. Also, to be a competitor in this sports car market anymore, you kind of need that forced induction, not only for the marketing capability, but also because it makes you faster. The K-Series in older generations was a great engine, but now that we have a more modernized engine, we can throw a turbo on it. It's awesome. Oh wow, what a view. Downshift, rev match for me, awesome. Woo! All right, turn in. Oh man, yeah, no understeer. What? That was really crazy. Yeah, this car is super easy to drive. Super easy to drive quickly. Wow. I am impressed. Definitely impressed with that. Like, it makes me feel good. Like, it makes me feel like I'm having a lot of fun because I'm just focused on driving, but it's just the sound that's missing for me. That's it. Civic Type R. Is it worth the hype, even after all this time? I think so. I think it's a very, very well executed car with really good downforce and really good handling. It's definitely the best handling front wheel drive car I've ever driven. That is without a doubt. It's no surprise that this thing's broken some records, and I can applaud that. I think it's a really awesome car in that way as well. So do I like the Civic Type R? Absolutely, it was a ton of fun to drive. So what do you guys think about the Civic Type R? Do you like it? Do you not like how it's front wheel drive? Do you like the look of the car? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion. And on that note, guys, thank you all so much for watching this review. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Huge thanks to Racing Rivals and Honda for the opportunity to make this video. Download Racing Rivals now on your phone to race against your friends. Hey, you, want clean wheels? Hey, use this. Spray on. Let sit for 45 seconds and turn purple. Spray again with water. Clean wheels. Make sure to check out www.pattersoncarcare.com. Made by car dudes for car dudes.